everyone, welcome back to Birdandbeyond. I'm Michelle, and this is our setup that we are going to be doing today to try to set up for a brand new pair of green-cheek conures. They do know each other, so I do not have to use the divider function. However, I would strongly advise that you do that if you're introducing two new green-cheek conures to each other, because it does help. But these guys have actually been housed together, so I don't have a need. They get self-paired, have been preening and feeding each other, so we're going to do it that way. So this cage is also an adequate size, a good size for your green cheeks, and you could also go into a cockatiel. The cockatiels do really well in this. Actually, I just had babies that we brought down, so if you want to catch it on the next video, you're going to be able to see our new babies getting set up for hand feeding, and they are cockatiel babies. So, and their parents are in this size cage. So this cage is, I have my cameraman there tell me, 20.
It's 30 inches.
30 inches.
Almost 3 feet.
And it's 17 inches long. I already know that one. So, so it's a very good size cage, and again, it's a great meet and greet cage too, especially if you don't know your bird's personalities. So it's a good thing. So you want to put a lot of different types of branches in there. You can buy branches, you can buy the ones that mount from the outside. There's a lot of different options there. I like to give them different types, sizes, textures. It's good for their feet. It actually is really good for their nails. It makes it where I never have to really do a nail trim. I try to address all needs of my birds by what they would normally have if they were able to be in the wild. And then of course I take on the responsibility of making sure that, because I do have them housed, I do have them caged, that I make sure that I meet all of their needs and go above and beyond. So if you're not able to do that, and you know that you just can't really go the long haul, then don't do breeding of birds. Just maybe have one as a pet, because it is the difference of babysitting and having your own children. It takes everything to the next level when you're trying to provide for them, because you're providing for their whole family. So I love this cage because it has the dual access here. It also has 4 ports down below for you to add food and water. One of the things that I do for all my breeding pairs is if they are, once their babies start to hatch, I double up. I add double water, I add double food. I always make sure that they have a dish of water because they like to take a bath. And then I also will usually attach a water feeder for the side that allows them clean access to water all of the time as well. So you want to make sure that they always have food and water. And then once those babies hatch, from the very first baby, they feed them from every hour on the hour, 24 hours a day, until they start to wean them less and less. So you have to make sure that they have access to the food, because your birds will truly panic. They will either kill their babies, they can kill themselves, they can get hurt really badly by not having access to the food. And because they're caged, they don't have what they would be able to do in the wild, which would be able to go hunt and search for their own resources. So you are their resource. They know that, and they depend on you, so you have to make sure that you provide for them adequately. So this is the size box that we are going to use for the green cheeks. You may find, based on your pair, that they might decide that they want to size up or size down. And those are just going to be things that are trial and error, but for the most part, this is a good starting point and more than likely going to work for you, which is 9.5 inches by 9 inches. So basically, it's squared 9 inches there. You can see that it has a bigger hole and opening than maybe your budgie openings, and that's because they're a little bit bigger bird. We added the hooks here. We really prefer to use the brass hooks. They do not rust. They are sturdy. They don't rip out. So and they're very cost effective too. Depending on your box that you buy, wherever you buy it, we will have a link below for your bird cage and your breeding boxes, but they may come with your hooks and they may not, so you just want to take a look. But you can get them a lot of different places. So this is the inside of what the box looks like. I am going to add in my nesting material. Some birds will pick it out, some birds won't. This one is pine shavings. The pine shavings work really well. I prefer this more soft textured one for my babies. But you can also use the larger pine shavings, whatever works for you. But I kind of tend to give them the soft stuff. And you want to put a good, probably 3 to 4 handfuls here to make it where they can scoot around, they can kind of make it their own, and make a soft landing for their eggs. This is how their eggs are going to stay from getting cracked and damaged. So this cage on either side has an opening for your breeder box. So I love that it's on the side. I prefer to not put my breeding boxes on the front of the cage. If you're going to put these on a stand, what you want to do is like if you start on the bottom, this side it has your breeding box, your next cage. On that shelf, it's going to have the breeding box over here, and alternate them like this.
Like a zigzag.
Yes, like a zigzag, and that's going to help counterweight your balance, or make sure that everything is balanced correctly.
Mommy.
Yes.
You want ice cream?
Yes, I get you ice cream. So I also have my own glue that I get, so you know. So all you're going to do is just hook these on right here. I'm going to turn this to the side. I actually I use, and I did not bring one with me, but I'm sure you'll get the idea. I use a zip tie. I tied this up with a zip tie, but I love it because then I can drop it down when I don't need them to be in the box. So even if you want to set up your box but not give them access to it yet, you can just leave the door closed. But when you're ready for them to have access, which means that they are doing positive signs, they're feeding each other, they're preening each other, they are it looks like things are going well, or of course if you see other activity, then you know things are really going well. So then you would go ahead and open up the door for them so that they can get into their breeding box. And if you're having trouble with any of them going inside the breeding box, I would suggest adding some millet over by the opening, and they won't actually go over there to eat the millet, and then they're like, oh, there's a group box over here, let me go see what's going on. Birds are so naturally inquisitive, it doesn't usually take them very long. It's pretty quick, especially during breeding season. So we are going to put our green cheeks in here. These fellows are not tame. So we're going to first attempt to do it where I just open up one cage, open up the other cage, and let them go in. If not, then we will address it a different way. Hi, babies. As I said, these guys chose each other. Hi, babies. This one here is a dilute cinnamon. And this one here is a sun cheek. So you see how it has red on the face? It's a sun cheek. A lot of breeders will breed sun cheek to sun cheek, only cinnamon to cinnamon. I actually try to keep things mixed up. I feel like it keeps the health and integrity of the bird a little bit better. It's just a personal choice. Everybody can do as they want. Sometimes I will even take and put, and one of my other pairs is a sun cheek to a straight green cheek. So I like to keep that variety there. So, you guys want to come out? Let's see how we do here. Okay.
If you
Okay, I'm gonna let you. There you go.
just a little bit of almost.
Come on. It's easier if you just do it that way. There you go. Good job. Good job. Look at that. Where'd it go? You're almost there. You got it. Good job. All right. So now these guys are all set up and paired and ready. They're going to be like, what is going on? I am going to, since I moved the cage, they've already bonded, but I will wait probably 24 to 48 hours before I lift up access to the breeder box because I want them to identify this as home and safe and feel good before I let them start to explore this. I want them to get curious and see how they do. We will follow their journey and let you know how they're doing. And as soon as we have some mating going on and some eggs, we will do a video to let you know what's happening with them. So make sure that you subscribe and follow along for all of our videos. And then remember, our next video is going to be how to start hand feeding those baby cockatiels. And let me tell you, they're the cutest, ugly dinosaurs you ever saw. So thank you. Have a great day.